This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. Alright, so we got the 1061 spoilers, and this chapter is like finally taking us into what is going to be the next arc after Wano. Before this, we've kind of just been in like little bridge arc with these chapters that have been showing us what's been going on outside of Wano while we've been there. What I like to call reward chapters, but now we're like officially going into the next arc. And we're also getting a huge reveal at the end of this chapter, something that we've been waiting to see for like over 13 years or something maybe. But let's get into it because the name of this chapter is Future Island Egghead. Straw Hats are sailing to said island, which belongs to Vegapunk. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the next arc. And it may or may not be called Egghead Island, or it might be called the Vegapunk arc. But anyway, at the end of the previous chapter, we saw the Straw Hats sailing in typical New World waters, where the narrator said it was days later on the Thousand Sunny. And then we saw Jinbei asking Nami if they were nearly at the island yet. And she said no, but I feel like we're in the island's climate range. I'm guessing it's a strong winter island. Then they encountered this thing known as a warm eddy, which is apparently a mass of warm water that got heated somewhere, and now it's being pushed upward. This probably has something to do with what Vegapunk is doing nearby on this island. I don't think it's coincidence that this thing is appearing here. I mean, it could be because, you know, the New World's kind of crazy, but the whole warm water being heated from quote-unquote somewhere probably has something to do with him. Hey, also guys, if you like my One Piece content, please subscribe if you haven't already. It's fine if you don't want to, but if you just need a reminder, here you go. Thanks. But Luffy spots that someone is inside of this thing, and Zoro just cuts it in half with a bird dance, and it turns out that it was Jewelry Bonnie inside, but she was like in her child form. She's able to do this because her Devil Fruit ability allows her to like alter her own age or somebody else's, and that's where the chapter ended. So I guess they were going to this island known as Egghead, which apparently belongs to Vegapunk, and that's interesting because so far the islands that we've seen associated with Vegapunk have been like wintry. Like he was born on a wintry island by the name of Karakuri, but also Punk Hazard was at least half wintry, but I don't think it was inherently that way. That was more so because of what Kuzan did to it with his Devil Fruit awakening, but still it just goes to show that there's a theme of like icy coldness being associated with Vegapunk. A marine base is located near the island. The Punk Hazard kids, Tashigi, and some sword members are there. Helmeppo wants to borrow Seraphims from Vegapunk to save Kobe. Okay, so this takes us back to 1059, where we saw Blackbeard invade Amazon Lily in an attempt to take Hancock's Devil Fruit power, but at the same time Kobe was on his way there to arrest her due to the warlord system being abolished. He also brought the Seraphims with him, which are known as the new pacifistas. They're like a fusion of the Punk Hazard kids that we just mentioned in these spoilers, like the giant kids, mixed with Lunarians like King, and two of them have like the traits of Hancock and Mihawk. Rayleigh eventually came to save Hancock from Blackbeard, but Blackbeard wound up just kidnapping Kobe instead. But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. Tokyo Treat is a monthly Japanese snack subscription box where you'll get up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive limited edition and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan and for a limited time, like Sakura Pepsi, Japanese sake, Kit Kats, and many more. While Sakurako is also a monthly Japanese snack subscription box, but you'll receive 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snacks, including Japanese tea and one special Japanese tableware with your box every month. Sakurako helps in partnering with local Japanese snack makers to continue to share Japanese culture and traditions that have been passed down for over 100 years. They both also come with these great little booklets that give you information on all of the snacks and items in the box, along with information on Japan itself. This month's box is Spooktacular Snacking. They have another limited edition design box this month, and it's Halloween themed. You'll find a ton of exclusive and limited edition spooky Japanese snacks with special Halloween packaging in this box, such as Halloween sweet potato Kit Kats, and their infamous Tokyo Layer Loaf is back again, this time in maple pumpkin flavor. With Sakurako, this month's box is Ibaraki Harvest. In collaboration with the local Ibaraki government, Sakurako invites you to enjoy Ibaraki's culinary rich treats. Ibaraki being a major agricultural center in Japan, you will find a variety of crunchy and fruity snack options in various flavors in this box, such as Ibaraki Chestnut Corinto, Benizuma Sweet Potato Cake, and Ibaraki Blueberry Manju. All snacks pair excellently with Ibaraki Sencha tea in this month's box. There's also this black mystery package, which I'm really intrigued by. And apparently it's a Benizuma sweet potato cake. Wow. I'll eat it with the little plate that I got with the Sakurako box this month. Wow, that's decadent. Gonna go good with this tea. It actually really does go well. They complement each other. I guess everything in this box kind of complements the tea, to be honest. Let's also try this Ibaraki Chestnut Corinto. I can also pour these in my little cup bowl that came with Sakurako. A little sweet, a little salty. The ramen this month looks especially intriguing. I haven't gotten any that looks quite like this yet. And apparently it's Pyong Squid Ink Yakisoba. Ooh, look, it's black and spooky. It's kind of hard to describe the flavor, to be honest. It's a little bit like seaweed, but then it also has like this unique Japanese flavor that I can't really put my finger on, but it's very good. But let's wash it down with this Purushu Jelly Sparkling Grape Soda. There's like stuff in it. Jelly or grape jelly? I don't know. There's like gooey stuff in it. It's very interesting. And of course, the special Japanese Kit Kats this month, Halloween themed, which are sweet potato flavor. I don't know how they do it, but every time, no matter what the flavor, it's always like a magical experience eating these things. So guys, if you're interested in getting your very own Sakurako and Tokyo Treat boxes every month, please check out the link in the description and use my code Zhoniin for $5 off your first boxes. You're not only going to be helping me and the channel out, but you're also going to be helping yourself, because this is an awesome little treat that you get every month. Thanks, guys. And that brings us to where Helmeppo wants to borrow Saffron's from Vegapunk to save Kobe. And it's like, maybe Vegapunk would agree to this. Vegapunk's moral compass is still a little ambiguous at this point. Obviously, it's not necessarily on the side of good per se, but it could be left of center. But I can see it maybe at least giving Helmeppo one, since it is being mentioned here, and I don't think it's just going to be thrown away for nothing. But considering that Helmeppo, Tashigi, and the Punk Hazard kids, along with some other sword members, are there, I wouldn't be surprised if they intermingle with the rest of the cast in this arc. And speaking of them, Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, and Bonnie are separated from the others. So this is like a dead giveaway that this is like the beginning of the new arc. Because like it wouldn't be a One Piece arc if the crew wasn't getting split up, you know what I mean? And it's like, do we really need it at this point? Because the crew was separated for like 8 years or something, right? Up until like we finally got them all together like right before the raid in Wano. And we had them together for like, I don't know, 2 years and some change maybe, and now they're just being split up again. And it's like, can we just keep them together just for this one arc? And rather than just separating them, just have them stick in their little cliques while all being together, and just have characters interact that normally wouldn't. Like have Luffy and Frankie interacting a lot in this arc or something. Or like Zoro and Robin, you know, etc. And then that way you can make it fresh while not having to separate them. And I understand it could be difficult from a writing perspective to keep all of these characters together at all times, but I'm pretty sure Oda could do it if he really wanted to. And as for Bonnie being here, we established that, you know, they saved her at the end of the previous chapter, and I guess she's going to be the new worst generation that's going to bond with Luffy here. Because before we had Luffy, Law, Veggie, then Kid, but now we have Bonnie, and it's fine. And you know, she's probably important because, like I talked about in my previous videos, she's probably a celestial dragon and knows things. At the end of the chapter, a girl appears and claims to be Vegapunk. So here's the big massive reveal. I think we first heard about Vegapunk in chapter 433 from Kobe. It's been a very long time since Vegapunk has been introduced for us to finally see him. And in case you just need a refresher on who Vegapunk is, he's essentially like the Tony Stark / Reed Richards / Nathaniel Richards of the One Piece world. Like, he is the ultimate genius. Like, he pretty much knows everything. And one of the super exciting things about this arc is probably going to come towards the end once the Straw Hats finally come face to face with him, because he's going to spill such massive exposition to not only them but also the audience, like things that we've been waiting years and years to finally find out. But he's the top scientist of the Marine / world government, and he knows like tons of secrets and applications of sea stones, devil fruits. Obviously we've seen that he can like replicate them and stuff, and he has, you know, unfathomable technology. We saw that he could do it with the pacifistas as well recently with the seraphims. I mean, it was stated that his achievements are said to be like at least 500 years ahead of the current technology. And as for it saying a girl appears and claims to be Vegapunk, I think that's accurate with the whole claiming thing here, because Vegapunk is mentioned to be like an old man at least twice in the series from what I remember. And just chronologically, he kind of has to be somewhat of an old man, or at least an adult. I mean, we don't have like an exact date of birth on him, but kind of has to at least be like an adult. Gender still up in the air, even though he's claimed to be a guy. But this could mean that maybe this girl is like an android and he's speaking through her, because that seems likely exactly right. But also, what if the girl really is Vegapunk, and maybe the old man Vegapunk is like a robot that she's been speaking through? But also that kind of doesn't make sense because, like I said, chronologically, he kind of has to be like an old man or something. Or he could, like, I don't know, transfer his consciousness to another person or something. Or maybe this is like a synthetic human, or I don't know, there's so many options here. I think this is more of a red herring, and it'll probably be revealed in the next chapter that this is kind of just like something that he's speaking through rather than just literally it being him. But then again, this is One Piece, and maybe it is Vegapunk because, I don't know, he synthesized a devil fruit and then he did some other stuff, or maybe he altered his own DNA because it's implied that he's able to do that from what we've seen with the Seraphim. So this could be a mixture of all the Vegapunkery stuff, and then he just, I don't know, one way or another made himself into a little girl. But I digress. I'm very excited about this. I've been waiting for Vegapunk to come into the story simply because of the juicy exposition that he can deliver to us. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the spoilers, guys. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.